Come this fall, some colleges are looking to make it mandatory for students to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Tonight, 7 Eyewitness News reporter Olivia Proya goes in depth to find out students' legal rights.
Starting next week, college-age students will be eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. 17-year-old Jamal Harris says he's still debating whether or not he'll take it.
I say it's probably a combination of questions along with I don't really feel like I really have to. I could probably get by and I'll be okay.
But he says he wouldn't be shocked if he's required to get the vaccine to start college in the fall.
Honestly, I wouldn't feel too good about that. It'd be kind of weird or whatnot, but when you think about it, I mean, there are vaccines still required even to go to high school and go to school or whatever. So, I mean, it kind of would be the same thing.
Epidemiologist Dr. John Selleck says as more older people get vaccinated, the disease will shift to younger populations. That's why younger people need to get the COVID-19 vaccine.
And even though most of them will do well, not all of them will do well. And there's always that chance that they're going to spread it to other people who are at higher risk of a bad outcome.
Do you think colleges should make it mandatory that their students receive the vaccine?
From the purely scientific point of view, as an infectious diseases doctor, the answer is yes. Even if it's not something that's going to become absolutely mandatory, again, if we want to keep schools open in the fall and everybody wants to be back in the dorm and back going to in-person classes, getting vaccinated is going to be a big part of that.
Is there a chance that SUNY schools require all students to become vaccinated?
The way we're approaching this, Olivia, is it's going to be voluntary because as we've been opening up and getting more of our folks eligible, and we've been pushing very hard to get all of our faculty, our staff, and now our students eligible, people are getting vaccinated. They don't need to be mandated. They're doing it because they want to turn the page on COVID.
A representative for Niagara University says the university will make the decision on whether or not to require students be vaccinated based on guidance from the state and other authorities. 7 Eyewitness News asked Canisius College and Damon College if they would require students be vaccinated. So far, neither college has responded. The president of Medaille College says they will decide if students must be vaccinated sometime next week.
When we're thinking about how to encourage, we're pondering how to incentivize, and we're pondering how we would go about enforcing a mandate for vaccine, along with understanding what under the law we would be able to do and what students would be able to push back with.
So if a college does make COVID-19 vaccinations mandatory, legally, do students have to comply?
So if a student wants to be able to attend college in person, but is going to refuse getting a vaccine, a college can refuse that student entry. And the only argument the student can make is that getting a vaccine would seriously impair their health or is probably likely to cause their death.
Legal expert Florina Altschuler says a student would have to prove the vaccine would harm them to be exempt.
If that student was able to get a physician or medical expert to support that getting a vaccine would seriously impair their health, then no school can require a student to get a vaccine that would seriously impair their health.
Altschuler says it's questionable if a medical professional would give that opinion. Olivia Proya, 7 Eyewitness News.